As developers, we're always looking for ways to make sure that the code that we deliver to our customers is as error-free as possible. There are lots of ways that we can do this, but most developers tend to rely on manual and automated testing. Manual testing is flawed because we constantly have to redo our tests manually. Automated tests are more efficient because it's automatically done, which can save us huge amounts of time. The downside is that they require a non-trivial amount of effort from the developers to create them in the first place. There's a third option that's generally overlooked as a way to improve our code's quality, requiring just a little extra effort on our part. That's using static code analysis. In this video series, we're going to discuss what static code analysis is and why we should be using it in every commit. Hello developers and welcome to PHP Developers TV, your home for everything you need to know to be a knowledgeable PHP developer. I'm your host, Scott Keck-Warren. What is static code analysis? Static code analysis is a process by which we analyze our source code without actually executing any of the code. This is in contrast to dynamic code analysis, where we run the code either through manual or automated means. Static code analysis is a term applied to an analysis of code using automated tools. We can do the same type of analysis as manually in processes like code review. Manual code reviews are good for questions like, does this change do what we want? But it's time-consuming and error-prone for determining if the code is formatted correctly and if it's returning the correct types. Now you may be asking, why should we do static code analysis? There are lots of reasons we should be using static code analysis, but we're going to be talking about the two reasons that we feel give us the most return on our investment. The first is bug reduction. By using static analysis tools, we can inspect our code to see where we've created syntax errors, where we're calling functions or referencing variables that don't exist, and returning one type when we expect another. The second is rule validation. Using static analysis tools, we can make sure our code adheres to a set of rules that we've defined, so we don't have 5 developers writing code in 5 or more different ways. In this series, we'll discuss a couple of tools that will perform this type of static code analysis, so make sure you subscribe to be notified when a new video comes out. Managers, are you struggling to find a developer to join your team to take your product to the next level? It can be a real challenge finding individuals to even apply for the job. To make your search easier, make sure to post your job on LaraJobs, the official Laravel job board. Since 2014, they've been helping companies like Adobe, HelloFresh, and even the World Trade Organization find the world's top talent. They can do the same for you regardless of your size. Are you a developer looking for work? Check them out as well because it's free and simple to use. You can even subscribe to their site so you can get new job postings right in your inbox. Make sure you use our special URL so they know we sent you. It's in the comments for this video. Thank you, and back to the rest of the video. Who should do code analysis? In my opinion, every organization of any size should be doing static code analysis. Sometimes it takes a little while to work it into your product's development cycle, but it can be a huge boon to productivity and reduction of bugs and technical debt. We include static code analysis as part of any new project we spin up. When should we do static code analysis? There are 3 basic places we should be performing static code analysis on our code. The first is inside of our code editor. Most IDEs have support to fix formatting and defect errors in the code as we're writing it. We should be taking advantage of this because it will reduce the number of bugs before we even attempt to run our code. Most IDEs will even highlight issues it gets back from its own and external static analysis tools. The second is before we commit our code. We should be running as many tools as we can on the change code before it's committed into source control, so we can reduce the chance that we cause a build to fail. There are ways to automate this as part of the commit creation process within Git. We'll go over that. We generally recommend only running the tools on the files that change because we tend to break things in those files. And running the tools on all the files can take an annoyingly long amount of time. The exception to this rule is when we know our change might have further ranging effects. The third is on the build server. Because compute services are so inexpensive, this is generally the best place to run all of the static analysis code tools that we can. Go wild to make sure as many problems can be found at this point and not by our end users. What comes next? Stay tuned for more videos in this series as we're going to be going over some tools and techniques that can be used for static code analysis in PHP. What you need to know. Static code analysis allows us to run checks on our code without actually running it. This prevents bugs and unexpected errors. We can also use it to validate coding standards. As always, thank you for watching our video. Please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like, as it does help others find us. Do you want to help support the channel? Find us on Patreon. We would really love it, and we'll include your name in the list of supporters in each video. Check out the description below for the link. Are you using static code analysis at work? Let us know how it's going. This is Scott Keck Warren for PHP Developers TV, signing off and reminding you to keep coding.